Good evening all and welcome. It's Sunday night, it's 8 o'clock and it's Nick's Sunday night pub quiz. So good evening to everybody. I hope everybody has been enjoying themselves today. Not least we've been locked down all day because of the bad weather, the inclement weather. We've been snowed in somewhat, but not too bad. And I hope the majority of you are okay. Right, let's see who's joining us first off tonight. We've got Team UK USA reporting here. Hello, Julia. She says, hello, snowy UK from a chilly California. Now, it can't be as chilly as here. They are claiming that it might be as cold as -6 here tonight, but we will see. They said it was going to be -5 last night. Never got down there. Keith Mitchell saying, hi, Nick, from a slightly chilly Minehead. There was snow visible on the Quantock Hills today in the distance, but all green and pleasant here by the sea. So great to see you, Keith. Hope you're raring to do battle tonight. We'll see how you fare. The wife and I cycled the Quantocks a couple of years back, 2018, during the summer, and very nice, although you do tend to get a pain in the Quantocks after you've been up and down the hills a few times, but we'll see. Right, Faye's just joined us. Good evening, Faye. She's saying, hope all is well. Have you had a good weekend? The booby prize girls are ready for action. That's what I like to see. I always like booby prize girls ready for action. That sounds rude, but never mind. Oh, yes, and Lisa's saying, yes, and we have a shiny new president. Hoorah. Well, we'll see what a difference that makes. It'd be quite interesting to see the difference in style of the new president with the old, won't it? I wonder whether the old president will still go away and hide quietly or whether he's still going to be in the news for the next year or two. We'll see. Martin and Tina have just joined us. Good evening, Martin. Good evening, Tina. Hope all is well with you too. They're saying hello from a snowy Dunchurch, and it has been a snowy day. It started off, well, I didn't see the snow first thing this morning. I was still in bed, but by the time I got up, there was a good covering of snow, a good inch or so, and even my car was covered in snow, I have to say. But it's not been a very good day for my power production. Unfortunately, my solar roof was completely covered, and I got virtually nothing out of it today, which is very rare. Even on a miserable day like today, we got virtually nothing, not even enough to boil a quarter of a kettle, I don't think, but never mind. So you'll have to let me know, Lisa, what the temperature is in sunny California. You were saying it's chilly California, which presumably means it's less than 10 degrees or about that. Anyway, you'll have to let me know. Chris has just joined us. He's saying, good evening, Nick and Lydia. How's the White Star? Now then, I've got two glasses tonight. In one, I have my own beer, which is still on top form, and I have some White Star in this glass just to tell the difference. But the White Star is excellent, Chris. Thank you very much for getting those for us today. That was very kind of you. We've had Gerard has just joined us. Jed and Tracy are here. I'm just checking in from a snowed-in Burton-on-Trent. A good 4 inches outside your door. Wow. Well, they've obviously had it a little deeper than we've had it here, but yes, the Midlands for the first time probably this year we've had a bit of snow. It's been seems to have been bypassing us all, but never mind. I'm sure it will all be gone by tomorrow. Georgie's just joined us. Georgie and Rory, I trust you're both okay. Have you got Linda with you tonight, or are you doing the quiz on your own? You'll have to let me know, Georgia, and you'll have to also let me know what the river levels are like now in York, because you've had it pretty bad up there with some flooding, I think, in there or thereabouts. You'll have to let us know. Martin said, you need to get on the roof with your power station maintenance superintendent hat on and brush the snow off. Best will in the world, Martin. Even if I'd have brushed the snow off, I think I might have only got a kilowatt or maybe 2 out of it today if I was lucky. But never mind. Right, Andrew and Jane has just joined us from sunny Yelvertoft. So good evening to you too. Hope all is well. And Kevin's just joined us, Kevin Keenan, and all my friends at the Rugby Rotary Club of presumably are joining Kevin to do tonight's quiz. So it's great to see you all, and hope you're all still enjoying the quizzes even if tonight is number 84, quiz number 84 of lockdown. Wow. Graham's just saying a snowy Upper Toft here, so they've had snow obviously in Cambridgeshire, so good evening to you. So that's Derbyshire, Cambridgeshire. I wonder whether has it been snowing up in York. You'll have to let us know, Georgia, and let us know whether it's been snowing that way. Linda has joined us and she's doing her revision. Excellent. That's what I like to see. Oh dear. Jed and Tracy saying the Trent has burst its banks as well. Oh dear God, where's it burst its banks? I wonder. Is there any flood? Well, presumably there must be some flooding. Lisa, I was about right. It's 11 degrees centigrade or 51 degrees F. Very chilly for California. Oh well, I suppose it keeps the bushfires at bay at this time of year. Right then, everybody, we have 6 rounds of interesting trivia to keep you going tonight. Those rounds start off for tonight with, obviously entitled, always use the initial letters of the word, Sunday, the 24th of Jan. Sunday, 24th of Jan. That is round 1. That's 13 possible answers in round 1. Round number 2, I thought we'd brighten our day up. The wife was saying, why don't you do something about holidays? So I decided to do holiday destinations. Holiday destinations is round 2, something to do with going on holiday, although that might be a long way off for a lot of us still. Round number 3 is a trivia trail, where the last letter is the first letter of the next one. Round number 4 is an initial letter link. Round number 5 is a connections round, which we all know how that works. And finally, round number 6 tonight will be a general trivia round, So, I just, Linda's joined us tonight, said, Georgie, Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals are here. Oh dear, now we're all in trouble. Quizzy Rascals were in 2nd place, just picked last week by a split the difference, so I'm sure there's going to be a good ding-dong battle again tonight with them. Penny Graham, evening, everyone, from a wet Holland-on-Sea. Snow yesterday afternoon, but none today, just rain this afternoon. Yes, Penny, of course, is on the Essex coast, which is a little bit, I presume, warmer than it is inland at present. Pick and Mix have just joined us. Good evening, Pick and Mix. Hope all is well with you, and well into the new year now. I expect we're all still missing the pub, as I am, but I've almost forgotten what going to the pub's all about. In fact, the wife and I were only discussing yesterday how many days we've been locked down. How many days was it, Ange? It's about 80 days, wasn't it? No. I'm sure you told me it was 80 odd days. Anyway, whatever. Since this lockdown in November, we've been locked down, I think it was about 80 odd days since last lockdown. And the whole of last year, it was well over 100, wasn't it? Which is, yes, near 180, I think. But never mind. So Dave Anderson's just joined us as well from Essex. So, Dave and Anne, what's that? It's 80 days, yes, since the pubs were locked down, beginning of November time. And my wife's got it all on her phone, all these statistics to keep us going. So, yes, Dave and Anne have just joined us. Cold and sleety Essex, so they're getting a bit of sleet there. We've obviously had snow being a bit further inland and a bit colder here. Don Quizzotti have just joined us from a sunny London, Salford and Rugby. So good evening to the whole team and Ian Anthony James and the gang. I hope Don Quizzotti are all well and you're all keeping fit. Footy Fox have also just joined us. So good evening, Footy Fox 86, ready to do battle again, I hope. And Mick and Bev have just joined us from sunny Bilton. So hope all is well with you, Mick and Bev. Squeaky Pop have also just joined us, and that's Neil and Tracy are here. So cheers to you too. Hope all is well. Right then, we have at present 51 people, 52 people signed on, logged to do the quiz tonight. So I'm sure there'll be a few more before we start. We'll be starting in about 7 or 8 minutes. In the meantime, let me just run through last week's scores as they stood just about, if you'd not read them already. In first place last week, just pipping the Quizzy Rascals, we split the difference on a fantastic 62 points. Quizzy Rascals then had 61 points. PRS were in third place on 59. Then we had the Rugby Rotary Club, Clive and Janet on 58 points, along with, I think, I wasn't quite sure, with Ian and his bottle of Shiraz. I'm not quite sure, actually, because his score changed a little bit. Got there, but never mind. Then we had a number of you, the famous 5. We had Michelle, Jen and Tracy, Squeak, and Home Alone 6, and I think the Ridgeways were all there or thereabouts in the 55, 56 points mark. So that was some fantastic scores last week. So let's see how we all fare this week. Michelle's just joined us talking of Sunny Creek. Here we go. Hello, everyone. From Snowy Creek, Charlie, Michelle, James, all raring to go. That's what I like to see. So make sure you've got your beer or your wine to hand, or your drinks to hand, along with your nibbles, if you want to nibble some nuts whilst we're doing the quiz, so to speak. We've just had Jim and Steve Pugh just join us from snowy Middletoft. So we've got Both the Toft teams from Cambridge joining us tonight, which is excellent news. PRS have also just joined us. Good evening, PRS. Hope all is well with you, Matthew and Claire and Robin. Carol's also just joined us. Cornish Tyke is here, she says. So good evening, Carol. Let's see how we fare tonight. Pinky and Perky have also just signed in. So good evening, Pinky and Perky. And the Ridgeway is back for more. That's what I like to see. So good evening, Anthony, Trish and Paul. Hope you're all keeping well and raring to do battle and not too snowed in the village. Nick Bowers has just joined us. He says, hello, loads of snow for Nick, present and correct. That's what we like to see. Oh, for Nick and Rita. So, yes, there's loads of snow at the moment. Sarah's just joined us. That's Sarah, Russ, James and Joe, I trust. Team Worcester, all present and correct now. Worcester, of course, lies on the dreaded River Severn, and I'm sure Worcester looked pretty flooded on the news the other day, at least the centre did. I wonder, I know Sarah and Russ are more sensible than that, live halfway up the hill, which is a good place to live. Certainly don't want to live in the town centre. Nick has just said, hello, Jim. So, yes. Now, what's that from Donkers OT? Elton John called me last night and he said, do you want to buy my Rolls Royce? I said, what, Reg? He said, do you want to buy a fucking Rolls Royce? Oh dear, oh dear. Sorry. Carol Jackson just saying, Home Alone 6 have all just joined us. Carol Green, Brewdog Elvis juice tonight with lentil curls crisps. Now, I do like Elvis juice. It's an excellent beer. You can't go wrong. It's one of their finest out of a tin, I think, actually. Carol, a great beer if you can get it, especially if you can get it at a good price. But it's funny with Brewdog because you can buy virtually their alcohol-free one, which they do, which is zero alcohol, and that costs you about £5 for 4, or you can buy the Elvis juice, which is about 6 or 7%. You'll have to correct me on that, but you can also get that for the same price, just about. It doesn't seem to make any sense whatsoever, but never mind. John O'Rourke and the famous Five have just joined us. Good evening, John. I hope all is well with you and Hillary and the gang, and you're all keeping fit and well and nice and warm in this horrible weather, I have to say, but never mind. What's this? Keith Mitchell's just saying, Upper and Middle Toft. You are joking, surely. No, they're not joking. Very serious in Toft, you know. Upper Toft, the Giffords, Middle Toft, the Pews, and and of course now we've got the Mitchells in sunny. Wait a minute, where was it? I forgot me. Minehead, sunny Minehead. Yeah, it's difficult to keep up with all of you, but never mind. PRS is saying, I guess the power generation has been pretty poor today. Yes, it was hopeless. As I said earlier, Matthew, we generated next to nothing. It's probably enough to, probably not enough to heat up a water bottle. Let's put it like that, but never mind. Chris Speaks just saying, evening, Nick, from a beautifully white Newton. Oh, great. Great to see you, Chris. Hope all is well with you and the family. And you're raring to do battle tonight. I've got 70 people logged on. We've got a few minutes to go before we start. Carol Green says, yes, Elvis juice is 6.5%. And I thought it was about there somewhere, Carol. Right, then let me just go through the rounds for you again before we kick off tonight. We start off round number 1 that is entitled Sunday the 24th of Jan. Sunday the 24th of Jan. Round number 2 is holiday destination, something to do with where we go on holiday or where we've been on holiday. Round number 3 is a trivia trail. Round number 4 is an initial letter link, round number 5 tonight will be a connections round, and finally round number 6 will be some general random trivia to keep you all going. So that should see us all off tonight. Clive and Janet from Stockton have just joined us. She's saying, hi all, no snow here. Well, Stockton's free of snow. That's one good thing. Now, do remember, if you like the quizzes, to give me the thumbs up with the little thumb up button on the bottom of the screen. If you like the quiz, of course, you can give me a thumbs down if you don't like it. And do feel free to subscribe to Nick's YouTube channel, which is Pewey1957. Right, Ian's just joined us. Ian and his bottle of Shiraz. What about Julie and Harry? Are they with you tonight, Ian, or are you on your own? Or has he put them all down, has he? Oh, HJ. Yeah, sorry, I'm not reading it correctly. But never mind. Right, then everybody, a minute to go, and then we'll get going with the quiz. Do feel free to post a few jokes if you're feeling in a jokey mood, by all means. I will just get the quiz up on my screen before we get going. And do remember the first round starts Sunday 24th. So that's SUNDAY24THJAN. They're the initial letters of the first 13 arsenals. SUNDAY24THJAN. Thankfully, my daughter was here, Lydia, quite a bit earlier, and we spent some time going through the quiz tonight to make sure there weren't any cock-ups as usual. So let's just hope there aren't tonight. So it's all down to me pronouncing all the words in the correct order now. So here we go then. Round number one. Are we raring to go? Eyes down, look in. Starting with the letter S. Question number one. The Spanish word sábado, that's S-A-B-A-D-O, refers to which day of the week? So the Spanish word sábado refers to which day of the week? If you don't like my pronunciation, look at Lydia's question, which will be up in the chat column if we can get it there. There we are, it's up in the chat, as I say. Do you know, we've had the heating on all day today. It's been cutting in and out, rumbling away. It's a bit too hot in here, actually, to be quite honest, but never mind. About right. Was that? It's just right, apparently. Question number two, starting with the letter U. This will make a few of you think. First published in 1922. Well, it's a novel by Irish writer James Joyce, which is considered one of the most important works of modernist literature. Nick's just said, my mate said, I'm not a true Cockney, so I pushed him down the apples and oranges. Oh dear. Yes, quite. Very good. Jill Hughes just said, what do you call a snowman with a six-pack? An abdominal snowman. Oh dear, dear, dear. Yes, more snow jokes. Yes, there's more. Let's see who can come up with the best snow jokes of the evening. Question number three, starting with the letter N, which is a bit easier, especially for us that live near Rugby. In which English county were the first motorway services opened in 1959? So question three again, starting with the letter N. In which English county were the first motorway services opened in 1959? Well, I keep hearing more and more people being vaccinated now, and as far as the jabometer is concerned, I think we're nearly up to 6 million in the UK. That's nearly 1 in 10 of the population. Not quite, but nearly. So we'll get it in the right way. And according to the mighty internet, they've brought even my jab, which was going to be June sometime, is now being brought forward to late March. So even people of my age are going to be getting the jab before long, so we'll see. Right, question number four, starting with the letter D. Around 45 miles in length, what is the principal river of the southwestern Peak District? It rises near Buxton and flows generally south to its confluence with the River Trent at Newton Solney. Very helpful for you people that said that the River Trent's just burst its banks. It's probably due to this other river. So around 45 miles in length, what is the principal river of the southwestern Peak District? It rises near Buxton and flows generally south to its confluence with the River Trent at Newton Solney. Starting with the letter D, and a beautiful river it is. Question number five is a little trickier. With an average height of 2,500 meters above sea level, what continent has the highest average altitude? So question five again, with an average height of 2,500 meters above sea level, what continent has the highest average altitude? Starting the letter A, which makes it a 1 in 3 choice, perhaps. What's Michelle's put, what's the difference between snowmen and snow women? Snowballs. Oh dear. Right then, everybody. Question number 6. Typical quiz question. This one, starting with the letter Y, dating from circa 14th century. The traditional English longbow used which preferred wood for its manufacture? So dating from about 14th century, the traditional English longbow used which preferred wood for its manufacture even? Well, I don't know whether the English longbow preferred the wood or whether the manufacturers of the longbow preferred the wood. That's a bit more like I didn't word that one very well, did I? But never mind. You get the idea. Type of wood starting with a Y, which probably makes it fairly straightforward. Question number 7, straight off the chase from a month ago, this one. What is the approximate combined length of all the classified roads in the United Kingdom? Now, I'm going to give you a choice with this one. Is it 25,000 miles, 250,000 miles, or 2.5 million miles? So question 7 again, what is the approximate combined length of all the classified roads in the United Kingdom? I'll give you the choice. Is it 25,000 miles, 250,000 miles, or 2.5 million miles? It's a lot of roads, surprisingly. We've cycled a lot of them, haven't we, Ange? Question number 8's got to start with the number 4, which makes this pretty straightforward. Playing their home games at Levi's Stadium, who are a professional American football team based in the San Francisco Bay Area. So playing their home games at Levi's Stadium, who are a professional American football team based in the San Francisco Bay Area. Question number 9 is a multiple choice question. Listen carefully. Is that supposed to be no, we've done the 2 numbers, haven't we? Yes, of course we have. Question number 9, starting with the letter T. For her 6th birthday in 1932, Princess Elizabeth was given what present by the people of Wales? Again, I'm going to give you a choice. Was it a thatched cottage, a talking doll, or a Tregaron tub? Tregaron, I think that is. Tregaron tub, that's right. So for her 6th birthday in 1932, Princess Elizabeth was given what present by the people of Wales? Again, I'll give you a choice. Was it a thatched cottage, a talking doll, or a Tregaron tub? San Francisco Bay Area, just down the road from us. Well, you must go and watch them then, Lisa, I trust. You probably have them. Question number 10, starting with the letter H. H for helicopter. The dish Eggs Benedict consists of a toasted English muffin topped with ham and a poached egg, all covered with which sauce? So question 10 again, the dish Eggs Benedict consists of a toasted English muffin topped with ham and a poached egg, all covered with which sauce? I don't quite know what an English muffin is, I have no idea. What's Chris just put? How can you tell that snowmen are unpopular at weddings? They always get a frosty reception. Now that's very good, Chris. That wins the snow joke so far. That must be number 1 joke of the evening so far. Question number 12. The book Penicillin Man by Kevin Brown was written about which mild-mannered medical legend? So the book Penicillin Man by Kevin Brown was written about which mild-mannered medical legend? Starting with the letter A, it's a 2-word answer, of course. Have I? Bother. Sorry. That was question number 12. So if you'd like to put that in the question number 12 thing, I'll come back to question 11. I'm going too fast for myself. There we are. But have another beer while you get that one right. We'll come back to question 11 now. So coming back to question 11, which starts with the letter J. This is a two-word answer as well, another person's name I'm after. Born in Ottawa in 1971, which Canadian politician has served as the 23rd Prime Minister of Canada since 2015? So born in Ottawa in 1971, which Canadian politician has served as the 23rd Prime Minister of Canada since 2015. If it helps, his dad was Prime Minister too some time back. But I don't suppose that's going to help you. Well, it might do. Right then, I think you've all got number 12, in which case we'll move on to question number 13. Question number 13, which former boxer, along with her Strictly Come Dancing partner Katya Jones, left the BBC contest after Jones tested positive for COVID-19 in the November of 2020? Again, that's a two-word answer for that boxer. So which former boxer, along with her Strictly Come Dancing partner Katya Jones, left the BBC contest after Jones tested positive for COVID-19 in the November of 2020? Two-word answer starting with the letter N for you boxing fans. Right, then you should have 13 answers down there. So round one was pretty straightforward, possibly a couple there that might have tripped you up. But other than that, pretty straightforward general knowledge, I think. So I will just give you a second or two. Anybody needs any more time, always put it in the chat quickly after the round. Otherwise, we'll get straight on with some marking. Well, it's great to see so many people taking part again tonight. We've got 78 currently taking part, which is excellent. There's 78 people logged on. But you remember, a lot of teams are Zooming with each other. So I know some teams have got 6 or 8 people helping them out. Anyway, here we go. Let's go through the answers to round one. The Spanish word sábado refers to which day of the week? That's Saturday. I would have thought it was Sunday, Sabado, but Saturday. So question number 2, of course, that Irish writer James Joyce wrote the book called Ulysses, that important work of modernist literature. All happened on one day, apparently. Question number 3, in which English county were the first motorway services opened? That was Northamptonshire. Question number 4 was that river. It was the River Dove, which gently flows down to the River Trent. Round number 5, with an average height of 2,500 above sea level, what continent has the highest average altitude? That was a catch question. That's Antarctica. Antarctica has an average height. Question number 6, of course, was U, which is used traditionally to make the English longbow. Number 7, the approximate combined length of all the classified roads in the United Kingdom is 250,000 miles. Well done if you've got that. Number 8, of course, it's the 49ers that play their American football in the San Francisco Bay Area, not far from Lisa Lasky and the gang. Number 9, Princess Elizabeth was given a thatched cottage by the people of Wales at the age of 6. There we have it. Question number 10, of course, is a hollandaise sauce. Question number 11, I was after Justin Trudeau, that politician. Number 12, penicillin man, of course, was Alexander Fleming. And finally, number 13, it was Nicola Adams. Nicola Adams, that ex-Olympic boxer that tested, well, she didn't test positive, but she had to give up with Strictly Come Dancing, which was a shame. Right then, let's have some scores in, see how we've all fared after that first round. So Carol Green, straight in, our Cornish friends, and straight in with a fantastic 10. Well done, Carol. We've got Georgie Lambert, the Yorkers, also on 10. Chris Beeks on 10. We've got Michelle Gibbons on 11. We've got Home Alone 6 on 11. Sarah's on 10. We've got Squeaky Bob on 12. We've got the Rugby Roach Club on 11. PRS are on 12. Jill Pugh and Steve's on 12. We've got Andrew Lewis on 10. Jed and Tracy are on 11. Mick Roberts is on 11. We've got Mike Yates on 9. Famous Five are on 11. Graham Gibbons on 11. We got David and Ann Anderson on 9. The Ridgeways are on 11. Don Quixote are on 11. We've got Footy Fox 86 on 9. Clive and Janet from Stockton also on a 12. That's a good score. Keith Mitchell's on 9. We got Ian and his bottle of Shiraz. Harry, Julian, Beck. What, again on a Sunday night at this time? They're on 12. These on 12. Penny Graham's on 10. We've got Paul Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals on 11. Pick and Mix are on 12. Nick Bowers crashed with an 8. Oh dear. Pink and Perky on an 11. PRS Correction Centre on an 11. We've got Lisa Lasky, Team UK USA on a 10. Martin Davis, oh what a shame, got the Welsh question and the others wrong. Damn me. Never know, Martin. You'll remember that Princess Elizabeth was given a thatched cottage. God knows which one. A bit of research we might be able to find out. Split the difference. We're also on 10 points. So at the moment, nobody managed a full house on that round, which is very unusual on the first round. I know Antarctica was a bit of a trick question, and yes, maybe the thatched cottage was a bit tricky as well. However, we have a number of teams. We've got Pick and Mix. We've got Colin Jant from Stockton on 12. We got Jill and Steve Pugh, PRS on 12. So we're 4 teams at the moment on 12 points, which is excellent. So going into round number 2, we have got what's called holiday destinations. So 1 or 2 of these might be a bit exotic to be classified as holiday destinations, but they are all the same. So let's see how we get on with this. Some of these are not the easiest things in the world either. However, you'll be doing well if you get 10 out of 10 on this round, so we'll see. Question 1 then. Which tropical Indonesian island east of Java is a popular holiday destination with over 1 million tourists annually? Now, we do have to just be careful here and take last year out of the equation, obviously, because the tourism figures would have gone like that, but never mind. So which tropical Indonesian island east of Java is a popular holiday destination with over 1 million tourists annually? And I'm sure a few of you will have been there. Place I've got to get to yet, but it's on my list of things to do. Question number 2. On which island is the holiday resort of Montego Bay? A name which may have come from a corruption of the Spanish word manteca, meaning lard. Apparently it's a port they used to export meat from, meat and meat products. So on which island is the holiday resort of Montego Bay? A name which may have come from a corruption of the Spanish word manteca, meaning lard. Well, there's an interesting fact. Question number 3. This is a place I'm sure a good majority of you may have been to. Spain's largest island, Tenerife, lies off the west coast of Africa, but standing at an elevation of 12,188 feet approximately, which mountain dominates its skyline? So question 3 again. Spain's largest island, Tenerife, lies off the west coast of Africa, but standing at an elevation of 12,188 feet, which mountain dominates its skyline? Apparently, it's a very good mountain to hire a bike and cycle down. Not up, obviously, but down. Apparently, you can hire bikes at the top and go all the way down to the bottom. Right, any more snow jokes, by the way? Right, question number 4, probably one of the toughest ones of the round. Named after a British East India Company officer, Captain Hiram Cox. Cox's Bazaar Beach at 93 miles is apparently the longest natural sea beach in the world. But which Asian country would you find it in? Diana's just said, discovered by an explorer from Cardiff, apparently. What's that? Spain's largest island. Oh, right. Yes, very probably. Diana said very cold near the summit. I'm sure it is. And Robin's saying, do they? They do the bike thing on Halakula in Hawaii. I'm sure they do. That must be on the island of Hawaii, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. So question 4 again, named after a British East India Company officer, Captain Hiram Cox. Cox's bizarre beach at 93 miles is apparently the longest natural sea beach in the world. But which Asian country would you find it in? Question number 5, let's get off that one. Measured by international passenger traffic. Now you've got to take this again with a pinch of salt because we're a year out of date. What is the world's busiest airport? So question 5 again, measured by international passenger traffic, what is the world's busiest airport? That's probably not very busy at the moment, but never mind. I'm sure most of you that have travelled the world may well have been to this airport at one time or another. Question number 6 is a sod of a question. Well, let's see how you fare with this. As the crow flies, which of these holiday destinations is closest to London? I'll give you the choice. Is it Tokyo, Durban, or Rio de Janeiro? So question number 6 again. As the crow flies, which of these holiday destinations is closest to London? I'll give you the choice. Is it Tokyo, Durban, or Rio de Janeiro? And they're not far apart, to be fair, as the crow flies. They're within a few hundred miles of each other if you think, well, they're not, maybe a few more. Question number 7. Just get your French thinking caps on. Literally meaning blue coast. This is in French rather than Spanish. What is the alternative name for the French Riviera, which extends from Menton to Saint-Tropez in France, which is renowned for its fabulous beaches? I remember going to an oil refinery down there somewhere. No. So literally meaning blue coast. What is the alternative name of the French Riviera, which extends from Menton to Saint-Tropez in France, which is renowned for its fabulous beaches? That is a 2-word answer. And it's kind of Frenchy. Maui. Halakila is on Maui. You hide the bike at the bottom of the mountain and you and the bike get taken up to the top. That sounds good, Robin. Yeah, it's a long way to the top up there. Question number 8. Now listen carefully, there's a big clue in this question, so you can have a guess of it, even if you don't know it, which I'm sure most people won't. Named after a famous 86-year-old fashion designer, which luxury hotel can be found inside the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa? So named after a very famous, actually, 86-year-old fashion designer, which luxury hotel can be found inside the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa? How well do you know your fashion designers? Actually, I didn't realise how hard this round is, actually. But never mind. It is quite hard. This will sort a few out. The wife thought I should have put some Skegness questions in, but never mind. What is a snowman's favourite type of pastry? Flaky. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, question number 9, listen carefully. Having hosted the Winter Olympics in 1928 as well as 1948 and based in Switzerland, what is regarded as the oldest winter holiday resort in the world? Of course, A two-word answer for that one. So having hosted the Winter Olympics in 1928 as well as 1948 and based in Switzerland, what is regarded as the oldest winter holiday resort in the world? It's also one of the most expensive, but never mind, that may help you. And finally, question number 10 in this rather tricky destinations around the world round. Somewhere I'm sure majority of you, well, no, let's say 50% of you might have been here, with approximately 6 million visitors every year. What is the only wonder of the modern world which is found in Europe? So question 10 again, with approximately 6 million visitors every year, what is the only wonder of the modern world which will be found in Europe? Question 8. Where's question 8? Question 8. Well, question 8, Dean's asked question 8 2 words. It's actually 3-word answer, but I will be happy with just the name of the fashion designer. Okay. Which is pretty straightforward, isn't it? Well, it's not straightforward at all. Right then, everybody, that was a tricky round. I did write that myself, which is probably why it's tricky, but never mind. I thought I'd given plenty of clues there, but having read it through myself, I thought, no, maybe I wouldn't have got that, all that. It only goes to reflect, you see, the quality of quiz teams that we have taking part every Wednesday and Sunday night. And they are incredibly good, I have to say. And like last week, if teams are scoring 62 out of 63, and the majority of you are at least getting 55s and 56s, never mind. Right then, does anybody need any more time? Have you all talked with each other? Talked to each other out of the wrong answers and the right answers? Good. Okay, let's do some marking after that rather tricky holiday destinations round. Question number 1, the tropical Indonesian island I wanted, east of Java, with over 1 million tourists annually, is Bali, of course. Bali, I'm sure a few of you have been to Bali. Question number 2, Montego Bay, of course, meaning from the Spanish meaning lard, is Jamaica, of course. Montego Bay is in Jamaica. Question number 3, Mount Teide. Of course, I was after that. Large mountain is Mount Teide. Question number 4, named after a British East India Company officer, Captain Hiram Cox. Cox's Bazar Beach is in Bangladesh. Now that is a tricky question. Bangladesh. Number 5, measured in international passenger traffic, the world's busiest airport is Dubai International Airport. Number 6, I was after Rio de Janeiro, is actually the closest as the crow flies to London. There's not a lot in that, to be fair. Question number 7, literally meaning blue coast. I was after the Côte d'Azur, which extends from Menton to Saint-Tropez in France, and is better known as the French Riviera. Number 8, that 86-year-old fashion designer, of course, was Armani. It's the Armani Hotel Dubai. The Armani Hotel Dubai. And believe me, that is apparently a 6-star hotel. It's one of the top 10 hotels in the world in terms of the best hotels in the world business. You know, costs you a small fortune to stay there just for one night. Question number 9, that place that hosted the Winter Olympics in 1928 and 1948, based in Switzerland, is Saint Moritz, whatever you want to call it. Saint-Marie will do. And finally, number 10, with approximately 6 million visitors every year, what's the only wonder of the world, or the modern world, to be found in Europe? That is the Colosseum. The Colosseum, of course, in Rome. So well done if you got the Colosseum. Right then, everybody, that was a tricky round. I'm not expecting many full points on that round, but let's see. I'm sure we've got some good travellers out there, so you might be lucky. We'll see. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores in, see how you're all faring. Carol Green's moved on to like 18, Squeaky Pub now on 19. Well played, Squeaky Pub. We have... Ooh. Yeah, really hard round, says Chris. 16, Martin Davis. 14, they were hard, 1 point. Well played, Martin. Georgie Lammett and the Yorkies are on 12.5. We've got Michelle Gibbons and Charlie and James on 19. We've got Sarah and the gang on 20. Certainly well travelled then, our friends from Worcester. Nick Bowers is on 15. We've got Home Alone 6 on 17. PRS have moved on to 18. Mick Roberts is on 18. Keith Mitchell's on 15. We've got Penny Graham on 18. The Famous Five are on 16. We've got the Rugby Rotary Club. They've moved on to 18 points. Andrew Lewis is now on 16 points. Paul Lewis said that round was hard. Thank God for the others in the team. That was 20. Well played. Anthony Ridgway is now on 17. We've got Don Quixote. They moved on to 18. Anne and Dave Anderson have moved on to 14. Jed and Tracy have moved on to 16. The Gibbons now on 17 points. Pick and Mix are on 18. Footy Fox 12 is on. Sorry, Footy Fox 86 on 12. Oh, Leslie says, "Ooh, stinky hard." Yeah, never mind, Leslie. You need to travel more. Clearly. Jill Hughes on 19. Well done, Stephen. Jill. Forging ahead of the Middle Toft, just ahead of Lower Toft at the moment. Pink and Perky now on 15. Harry, Julian, and Ian in bed, and Ian in his bottle of Shiraz is doing well on 19 points. We've got Faye now, and the pair of us, the Booby Prize girls are on 16. We've got Split the Difference on 19. Team UK USA on 17, sorry. Sarah says, correction, 17. Russ can't add up. There was me thinking you were on a stunning 20 points there, Sarah. And Mike Yates on 13 points. Well played, everybody. Right then, round number 3 tonight then. Round number 3 tonight is a trivia trial. Very straightforward. You take the last letter of your first answer. It's the first letter of your next answer. All the way till we get to number 10. The last letter of number 10 is the first letter of number 1. Hope this isn't too tricky for you. Question number 1. Are we ready? Eyes down looking. Sorry, the Ridgeways have just put their score in. Where were they? Oh, sorry, there's a few scores I've missed. Oh, no, they haven't. No, I've been through those. It's all right. Right, round number 3. Here we go. With a population of approximately 26,000 people, which town is known as the administrative capital of the Isle of Wight? That was one I got wrong, I have to say, but never mind. So with a population of approximately 26,000 people, which town is known as the administrative capital of the Isle of Wight? Now take the last letter of that. One word answer, and it's the first letter of number 2. Question number 2, what alternative name for the dinner jacket is derived from the name of a country club in New York where it first became popular? That is just a one-word answer. So what alternative name for the dinner jacket is derived from the name of a country club in New York where it first became popular? Typical Americanism, there we have it. Question number 3, in a standard game of Trivial Pursuit, what colour represents the category of sport and leisure? So question number 3 again, in the standard game of Trivial Pursuit, what colour represents the category of sport and leisure? Right, we're running out of snow jokes tonight. Is it still snowing outside today? We can't tell for it, can we? Can't really see outside. My daughter's just going to see whether there's any more snow falling in Rugby. It's probably all cleared off by now. No, it's all gone. That's it. That's it for another year. Question number 4. More than 24 languages are spoken in the West African Republic of Liberia. But what is the country's first language? Oh, Nick's just saying, can you slow down, please? I will, Nick. Sorry. I knew I was going too fast for you. Oh, no, he's caught up now. Sorry. I will slow down a bit. Sorry. Question number 4 again. More than 24 languages are spoken in the West African Republic of Liberia. But what is the country's first language? Obviously, just a one-word answer I'm after. Question number 5 is a little bit more awkward. Take the last letter of number 4, and it's the first letter of question number 5, which answer to number 5, which may help. Question number 5, producing feelings of anxiety and stress. Uranophobia is the irrational fear of what concept? So producing feelings of anxiety and stress. Uranophobia is the irrational fear of what concept? Does seem a strange thing to be frightened of, but there we are. That's a one-word answer. Chris has just said we would have scored better on holiday destinations in the Isle of Wight. Me and my friend Graham cycled the Isle of Wight a few years back. Well, we cycled from Rugby down to the Isle of Wight, round the Isle of Wight and back again. And good it was, we enjoyed ourselves. I think we stayed in a couple of places on the Isle of Wight. Some good beer as well down there. Question number 6, listen carefully. It's a 2-word answer. Uranophobia, Penny. That's one of two questions about Uranus. I mean, no. Right then, question number 6. This is a 2-word answer, so take the last letter of that concept, and it's the first letter of this one. Listen to the ground. There is movement all around are the first words to which 2-word disco hit. So question number 6 again. Listen to the ground. There is movement all around are the first words to which 2-word disco hit. Very famous hit. I remember boogieing myself to this. As you do, when you're disco. Problem with disco dancing, you have to try and stay looking cool, which is kind of impossible. Right, taking the last letter of that 2-word answer. Question number 7, having a strong tart taste, which vegetable is most commonly cooked with sugar and used in pies, crumbles, and other desserts? So question 7 again, having a strong tart taste, which vegetable is commonly cooked with sugar and used in pies, crumbles, and other desserts? It's just a 1-word answer. I'm after dead easy, I'm sure. Jill's put, what do you get if you cross a snowman with a vampire? Frostbite. Oh dear, oh dear. Ian's put, surely Noon is afraid of Uranus. Faye said, my husband says different. Oh dear. Right, question number 8. Remember to take the last letter, and it's very important you take the last letter of that vegetable. Question number 8. Of all stations in Zone 1 on the London Underground, which has the shortest name? And if it's any help, it's a 4-letter name. So question number 8 again. Of all the stations in Zone 1 on the London Underground, which has the shortest name? Of course, that's a 4-letter answer. I've just told you, really. The evil cupboard with sprouts. I had some sprouts today, Martin. One of the best vegetables there is. Right, take the last letter of that underground station in Zone 1 on the London Underground. And it's the first letter of question number 9, or the answer to number 9. Which TV character's classic lines include, time's fun when you're having flies and it's not easy being green? Just a one-word answer I'm after for that one. So which TV character's classic lines include "Time's fun when you're having flies" and "It's not easy being green"? That may help you with the previous question, of course. And finally, question number 10. Take the last letter of the previous answer. It's the first letter of this. It's a one-word answer, invented in the early 1900s in Troon. I presume you all know Troon's in Scotland. What is a form of cake-like confection composed of crushed digestive biscuits, sugar, syrup, raisins and cherries, and cocoa powder, often covered with a layer of melted chocolate? It's just a one-word answer I'm after. So invented in the early 1900s in Troon in Scotland, what is a form of cake-like confection composed of crushed digestive biscuits, sugar, syrup, raisins and cherries, and cocoa powder, often covered with a layer of melted chocolate? And if you take the last letter of that answer, which is a one-word answer, it takes you all the way back to the first letter of number 1. How's the background noise tonight? Am I whirring still a lot? I can't hear myself whirring much, but if I am, I've been pondering getting myself a professional microphone, a proper microphone, see whether it makes much difference. What's that? Anne says if I don't get one soon, it'll be too late, but we'll see. Might be locked down for another year. You never know. Right then, everybody, have we had long enough? Has your team given you all the correct answers? Does the last letter of each of your answers follow on to the first letter of your next answer, all the way through to number 10, the last letter of number 10? Should be the first letter of number 1, of course. Right, in which case, let's do some marking. And here we go then. Question 1, with a population of approximately 26,000 people. The town I was after was Newport. That gave you the T for a tuxedo, that alternative name for a dinner jacket. That gave you the O for the colour of orange, of course, which is for sports and leisure. That gave you the E for, of course, English, that first language of Liberia. That gave you the H for that uranophobia, apparently is the irrational fear of heaven. Heaven knows why, but apparently it is. Uranophobia is the fear of heaven, I presume. I suppose Uranus was the god of the sky. I suppose that's got something to do with it. That gave you the N for that two-word answer, night fever. Night fever, of course, by the Bee Gees. That in turn gave you the R for that strong, tart-tasting vegetable known as rhubarb. That gave you the B, of course, for that four-word bank. Bank, that station on the London Underground. That gave you the K for Kermit the Frog. That in turn gave you the T for that form of cake-like confection known as tiffin. Tiffin. Well done if you got that, because that was the tricky one in the round. Was well, bank and tiffin. I suppose they were both tricky. Right then, everyone, let's have some scores in. So we all fared after 3 rounds. Martin Davis has moved on to a fantastic 23. So well played, Martin and Tina. Chris has now moved on to 25. George and Lambert and the Yorkies have moved on to 22.5. We have the Rugby Rotary Club on 28 points. Now, that's a good score. Ian and his bottle of Shiraz is on 29. The Ridgeways have moved on to 27. Squeaky Bob on 29. Fine form tonight. Michelle and Charlie and Jane are on 29 points. Well, Carol Green moved on to 25. The Givens have moved on to 25. Footy Fox 86 are now on 22. Dave and Ann Anderson are on 24. We've got Home Alone 6 doing very well on 27. Andrew and Jane Lewis on 24. We got Stephen Jill Pugh on 27 points. Mick Roberts is also on 27 points. So well done, Nick and Bev. Clive Janet from Stockton are on 30 points now. That's a good score. Jed and Tracy have moved on to 26. Piggy and Perky are 24. That's a good comeback from them. Faye is saying the Big Prize girls are now on 26. We've got Sarah, 27. I did the maths this time, she says. Well done, Sarah. Keith is on 23. We've got Don Quixote moved on to 28. Pennygram was on 26. The famous five have moved on to 26. Nick Bowers has now moved on to 24. We've got Team UK, USA on 27. The Quizzy Rascals still doing very well on 30 points. Pick a Mixer on 28. We've got Mike Yates on 20. Split the Difference on 29 points. PRS on 28. And Leslie Barrett at the moment on 23 points. So all doing very well there. Top team at the moment, I think, for those of us to catch, it's the Quizzy Rascals on 30 points. But there's quite a few of you in the very high 20s there, so not far behind. In fact, we have a number of teams on 29. Right, round number 4 is entitled Initial Letter Link. This basically means we have 9 general knowledge questions where question number 10 asks you to take the first letter of each of your answers and rearrange them to spell out something, which is pretty straightforward, I think. So, are we ready? Eyes down, look in. Have we got any more scores in just before I kick off for the next round? Nope. Oh, yes, Mike. Yes. Did I say Mike? Mike's on 28. Pick a Mix on 28, sorry, and Mike on 20. Right then, everybody. I lost my thing. Here we go. Question number 1, derived from Latin words meaning water and to lead. What name is given to a bridge that is built to carry water? Pretty straightforward. It's even the Monty Python sketch Life of Brian, that was. So derived from Latin words meaning water and to lead. What name is given to a bridge that is built to carry water? Just a one-word answer I'm after. Even if it's 2 words in Latin. That's probably more than that, but never mind. Question number 2. I also have put too many Welsh questions in. It's another one. Never put enough Scottish questions in. Who was the first Welshman to have a UK #1 hit single when he did so with Tell Laura I Love Her in 1960? Now it's going back a bit. Hope Linda from the Yorkies has got that one straight away. So who was the first Welshman to have a UK #1 hit single when he did so even with Tell Laura I Love Her in 1960? Do you want me to sing it? Tell Laura I love her. Go something like that anyway. That's all I know. Yeah, 1960. I think it was 1960. It was written by somebody else and it was a hit for somebody else as well. Oh, Burns night tomorrow, says Diane. Oh, yes. And talking of that, is it anybody's birthday this week? I haven't wished anybody happy birthday. I had 4 last week. So if it's anybody's birthday, either coming up in the next day or 2, whatever else, do feel free to put it on and I will share it with everybody and sing happy birthday again. You know I like singing happy birthday. Georgia says Linda can never remember the names of things, but she knows the song. Question number 3, listen carefully. Which luxury watch brand was the official timekeeper for the 2012 Summer Olympics? For those that can't remember the Summer Olympics of 2012, they were in fact in London, of course. Robbie Burns' birthday tomorrow. Robin's just saying you will not sing happy birthday. Right, okay. All right, Robin. I'll take note of that. Can we not raise a glass to Robbie Burns for tomorrow? Oh, there's a glass to Robbie Burns. We went to his birthplace, didn't we? We cycled through the village, didn't we? Was it Ayr? On our way to Arran. Question number 4, listen carefully. Built in 1962 and visited by more than 2 million people annually, in which American state would you find the Arizona Memorial, a tribute to many lost sailors and Marines? Good memorial by any standards. I should know, I've been there. So built in 1962 and visited by more than 2 million people annually, in which American state would you find the Arizona Memorial, a tribute to the many lost sailors and Marines? Did you visit Rabbi's synagogue? Oh dear, I've been there as well. Ah, but you didn't cycle there, did you, Robin? We cycled all the way from Land's End to get there. Oh dear. Was on day, what was it, day 20 or something we got as far as there. What's that doing? Question number 5. Oh, it's a Scottish question. Listen. Question number 5. In 2009, Scottish television ran a public vote to find the greatest Scot of all time. Who won this vote, narrowly beating Willie Wallace into second place? Somebody we've just been talking about, actually, so I hope you all get this one. In 2009, Scottish television ran a public vote to find the greatest Scot of all time. Who won this vote, narrowly beating Willie Wallace into second place? Good old Willie Wallace. There was a bloke. Yeah, well done, Diane. Question number 6, listen carefully. Formed in 1981 in Los Angeles, Camel Tail is an anagram of which rock group? Pretty straightforward. I'm sure you can work that one out. So formed in 1981 in Los Angeles, Camel Tail is an anagram of which rock group? Robin, digging a hole there, I've been there as well. Not to the US state, no. But I meant that I've been to the Arizona Memorial. That's the one in Arizona, I trust. Sorry, it's perhaps a bit confusing anyway. There's got to be many memorials in Arizona, isn't there, I suppose, called Arizona Memorial. I suppose I was looking for the famous Arizona Memorial. Maybe there's plenty of them. Question number 7. This is a tricky one. Listen carefully. My wife always thinks this is a big conspiracy, but we'll see. What was the name of the bodyguard who was the only survivor of the 1997 car crash that killed Princess Diana? So what was the name of the bodyguard who was the only survivor of the 1997 car crash that killed Princess Diana? You'll have all have heard of his name, whether you can remember it or not, it's a different matter. Did any of you watch that stupid program, The Chasers Abroad, the other night? I watched it with skepticism, but it actually worked out. It was a bit funnier than I thought in the end. Especially when they getting beaten by the monkeys. Oh dear. Now you're confusing me, Robin. No, I'm not getting anymore. Question number 8 again. The charity group Band-Aid was originally formed to raise money for famine relief in which country? So question 8 again. The charity group Band-Aid was originally formed to raise money for famine relief in which country? Oh, good. Well, that clears that one up, Robin. Okay. Just getting our lines crossed there, I think. Of course, I thought you'd been your many trips around the world. Question number 9. Now listen carefully. Swiss author Joanne Spyri is best remembered for creating which 5-year-old literary character who lived with her parental grandfather in the Swiss Alps? I think there's enough clues in there to give it away. It's a one-word answer I'm after. So Swiss author Johanna Spyri is best remembered for creating which 5-year-old literary character who lived with her paternal grandfather in the Swiss Alps? And finally, question 10, which will put all this together. The first letters of the first 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of an English town in which David Seaman, William Hague, the Chuckle brothers, and my daughter Lydia's great-grandfather were all born. I have. I only put that in just to embarrass Lydia, but never mind. So the first letters of the first 9 answers can be rearranged to spell the name of an English town in which David Seaman, William Hague, the Chuckle brothers, and my daughter Lydia's great-grandfather were all born. And of course, you won't be surprised to know that that's a 9-letter answer. One word. As is always the case with initial letter links, you may not have known all those answers, but now you can work it backwards if you can get the name of that town. And each of the answers, of course, starts with one of those letters, so you might be able to work it backwards. So I will give you a minute to try and work that out. Do remember, of course, we do a quiz every Wednesday night as normal. And so if you do fancy doing a quiz on a Wednesday night, you're more than welcome to come and join us. It's the same time at 8 to 8:15. If you've got nothing better to do, if you're locked down, or even if you're not locked down, what the hell? And if not, of course, we'll be doing a normal Sunday night quiz again, just to keep us all entertained, so to speak. Do feel free at any time in the chat to stick a joke in. And of course, do feel free to also give me the thumbs up. I've got 23 tonight. I've got to beat, I think it was 30 last Sunday. So do feel free just to be kind enough to hit the button if you like the quiz, just to show your appreciation for all the stupid quiz questions that I keep trying to come up with. Never mind. I haven't run out of questions yet, so keep you going for a while. Right then. Have we had enough time, everybody? If you haven't had enough time, do just put in the chat quickly. Give me a bit more time. If not, well, even the wife sound a bit longer, so that probably means you need a little bit longer. Now, it's about this time last year. In fact, it was this time last year. Wife and I disappeared off on holiday to Vietnam. But we're not going to get there now, are we? I think, in fact, we were at this stage, for anybody that's been there, we were in Ha Long Bay on some cruise on the Sunday night, weren't we, Andrew? Can we have 2 more mins, please? We can, fine. I will give you a bit longer. But Hanoi, yes. We flew direct. In fact, we flew via Dubai straight on to Hanoi from Birmingham, which is nice and easy to book. And we spent a couple of nights in Hanoi, and then we moved on to Ha Long Bay. But a lovely country, Vietnam, well worth a visit if you haven't been there. All you got to do is to plan whether you go from south to north or north to south, basically, and visit all the places in between. We decided Very nice, but very polluted, said Jane. Well, we didn't see it very polluted. Ho Chi Minh City was. We thought that was more traffic than anything else, I think. It's funny, isn't it, how you get different perspectives on different places you go to. Yeah, is Alexa helping? Wish they were, Carol. What's the weather like down, Carol? What's the weather like down in Cornwall at the moment? I presume you haven't had the snow, or have you? I don't know. Maybe a bit milder down there, unless you're up on Bodmin Moor or somewhere. But Jane saying the rubbish flash about the Halong Bay was unbelievable. Maybe we caught it on a good day. No, we didn't see a lot. But Carol saying very cold, but no snow or rain. Right then, everybody. I think we've had long enough, so let's go through some of the answers in the previous round. This is the initial letter link. We started off derived from Latin words water and to lead. What name is given to a bridge? It's an aqueduct, of course. Number 2, that first Welshman to have a UK #1 hit single with Tell Laura I Love Her in 1960 was Ricky Valance. Ricky Valance, well done if you got that. Number 3, the luxury watch brand I was after was Omega or Omega. Number 4, of course, the Arizona Memorial, tribute to many lost sailors and Marines, is in Hawaii. It's in Pearl Harbor, of course. The USS Arizona, of course, it sank. I think there were about 1,100 sailors left on board, which they've never brought up. Number 5, in 2009, Scottish Television ran a public vote, and of course, it was Robbie Burns that won the vote, beating Willie Wallace by a few votes. Number 6, that band I was after, Camel Tail, is Metallica. Well done if you got that. Number 7, that was the tricky one. The only survivor of the 1997 car crash that killed Princess Di was Trevor Rees-Jones. Trevor Rees-Jones. Number 8, the charity group Band-Aid, originally formed to raise money for famine relief in Ethiopia. Number 9, the Swiss author Johanna Spyri, best remembered for creating Heidi. And of course, number 10, the first letter of the first 9 answers can be around to spell the name of which English town. That was Rotherham. Rotherham. Where? William Hague, David Seaman, Chuckle Brothers, and my daughter Lydia's great-grandfather, or my grandfather, was born. So there we have it. So let's have some scores and see how we've all fared after that round. 1 or 2 tricky ones in there, but I think we done fairly well. It where my dad was born. Great-granddad. My father's father, and my father's father. Right, Footy Fox 86, straight in with 30 points. Well played them. The Rugby Rotary Club, they drop money now. 38 points. Well played them. Jen and Tracy on 34. We've got Pinky and Perky on 32.5. We've got Martin and Tina on 29. Carol Grant saying 10. Hurrah, making 35. The famous 5 are also on 35. Sarah's on 35. The Ridgeways are on 33. We've got Michelle and Charlie and James on 38, Andrew Lewis on 30, Squeaky Pobber on 37, Home Alone 6 on 35. The Yorkers have moved on to 28. The Giffords now moved on to a fantastic 32 with Mick Roberts on 37. That's a good score, Mick and Bev. Nick Bowles is on 33. We've got Don Quixote on 37 points. Chris Speaks on 33. Keith Mitchell's on 32. Pig and Mix have moved on to 36. PRS are on 37.5 points. Jill and Steve Pure on 34 points. We've also got Harry, Ian even, with his bottle of Shiraz. He got 10 on that round, scoring 39 points. Well played. Quizzy Rascals have also moved on to 39. Got Lisa Lasky, Team UK, on 34. We've got Penny Graham. She says only 4 on 30. Never mind, Penny. It's a good score all the same. 30 points. Clive and Janet from Stockton on 36. Mike Yates has moved on to 27. Dave Anderson and was born in Rotherham too. All my family comes from Rotherham. Dave, there we have it. Famous Sword is on 31. Well played, the Boonton Brothers girls. They're on 31. Split difference on 39. I would get my coat, but I'm already wearing it, said Leslie. Oh dear, what's happened? Your heating broke down? You're a bit cold? Probably are. You're not snuggled in front of a nice Coal or fire, surely, maybe what. Anyway, some great scores there. So we've got 39s, there's 3 on 39, we've got 37s, 38s. Yes, there's some good scores there. So everybody's in the running at the moment. With 2 rounds to go, it's all getting very exciting here. Round number 5 is a connections round. Basically, 10 general knowledge questions. Sorry, 9. Let me have a think. I think there's 9 general knowledge questions where question number 10 asks. Sorry, question number 10 asks for a connection between the previous 9 answers. You get the idea. And in this case, it's a one-word connection, that connects all the previous 9 answers. So try and think laterally as you're going and see whether you can come up with a word early on. So question number 1, this is round number 5, the connections round. What had the highest public viewing point in London before February 2013, when an observation deck opened on the 72nd floor of the Shard? So question 1 again, what had the highest public viewing point in London before February 2013, when an observation deck opened on the 72nd floor of the Shard? Salad. Oh, Debbie's saying 39. Well done, Debbie. She's joining in with a 39. Fantastic score, that is. I'm sure that highest public viewing point in London, a lot of people here will have been there and had a look over London. So don't think too hard on number 1. It's a pretty straightforward answer. Question number 2. Hematology is a branch of medicine that involves the study of the nature, function, and diseases of what? Number 1 is a 3-word answer, really, if you include the definite article. Diane, so it's a 3-word answer I'm after for number 1. That's including the definite article. Question number 2. Hematology is a branch of medicine that involves the study of the nature, function, and diseases of what? That was question number 2. Question number 3. This is a film I saw only last year, and I was a bit disappointed. I thought it might be a bit better than it was, but never mind. Other people may say otherwise. In 1990, 81-year-old Jessica Tandy became the oldest winner of a Best Actress Oscar for which film that also starred Morgan Freeman and Dan Aykroyd? Again, that's a 3-word answer. So in 1990, 81-year-old Jessica Tandy became the oldest winner of a Best Actress Oscar for which film that also starred Morgan Freeman and Dan Aykroyd? It was a reasonable film, but it left me a little bit cold. What was that film we watched last night? Ooh, Enola. Oh, yes. That's a good one to watch on Netflix at the moment. We watched Enola Holmes last night. What an interesting film. Enola apparently spells alone backwards. She was into ciphers for working out things backwards. So I did no more than worked out my name backwards, which of course is Salochin. And of course, Salochin Nicholas, Salochin backwards in Greek means great leader. So there we have it, you see. I couldn't believe it actually when I looked it up backwards, but there you go. Question number 4, listen carefully. Which Japanese ophthalmologist, that's even better. Which Japanese ophthalmologist designed a number of color perception drawings to identify red-green color deficiencies? So which Japanese ophthalmologist, even should never drink when you're trying to pronounce words like that, designed a number of color perception drawings to identify red-green color deficiencies? Yeah, I remember Dan Aykroyd. I nearly agree with you, Robin. I thought the film was. I thought the whole plot was a little bit weak. That was the thing, but never mind. The acting was good. Nick saying yes, victory for the people, Nicholas. But spell it backwards. Salohishin means great leader, apparently in Greek. Right, question number 5. Listen carefully. What was first isolated in 1869 by Friedrich Miescher and had its molecular structure first identified in 1953 by Francis Crick and James Watson? Apparently they were talking to each other in a pub when the idea came up. some pub somewhere. It was either Cambridge or Oxford. I can't remember which one now. Which pub was it? A pub in Cambridge or Oxford? Come on, somebody will tell me. So what was first isolated in 1869 by Friedrich Miescher and had its molecular structure first identified in 1953 by Francis Crick and James Watson? I think they shared a Nobel Prize for it. The Eagle, there we have it. Cambridge. I knew somebody would know it straight away. Well done. Well done, Jane. What's that? Apparently Lydia's name backwards means kind heart. Wait a minute, in what language is that? Question number 6, listen carefully. In 2015, Benedict Cumberbatch was nominated for a Best Actor Oscar for his portrayal of which real-life mathematician and computer scientist? There's a bit of a theme going on here somewhere, isn't there? So, in 2015, Benedict Cumberbatch was nominated for a Best Actor Oscar for his portrayal of which real-life mathematician and computer scientist? Do you remember all these have got to link together with one word? There's one word that connects all these somewhere. Question number 7. What abbreviation was coined in 1912 by the psychologist William Stern and is designed to assess human intelligence? So question 7 again. What abbreviation was coined in 1912 by the psychologist William Stern and is designed to assess human intelligence? There we have it, you see. Question number 8. Listen carefully. An otoscope is a medical device which is used in the diagnosis of diseases in which of the 5 senses? So an otoscope is a medical device which is used in the diagnosis of diseases in which of the 5 senses? Now you should have a connection now. It's just a one word that connects all these answers, some way or another. Some way or another. Who the hell sang that? Blondie, sorry. Just singing to myself, don't worry about it. Question number 9. What name is given to a form of rain that has elevated levels of hydrogen ions? So question 9 again. What name is given to a form of rain that has elevated levels of hydrogen ions? I hope all you scientists understood that one. And of course, question number 10. What is the connection between the previous 9 answers? It's a one-word connection after. Christopher Backwards is raw talent. How the hell? Wait a minute, let me have a look. R-E-H-P-O-T. Rehot. S-I-R-H-C. Research. That doesn't mean anything, Chris. You're making it up as you go along, I'm sure you are. Rota. And Helen Backwards surely is Nelly. Sorry, I was trying to think. No, I'm trying to put you all off, but never mind. So do remember, all we're looking for there is one word that connects all the previous 9 answers. Lydia's put all the questions up, and they've all come up tonight in the chat column, which is unusual. We normally have one which is a little bit rude or lewd, which is why the YouTube algorithm takes them all out, but never mind. Does look as if Joe Biden's going to go a bit tough with the internet companies. We'll see. He's already taken a swipe at Facebook and various other people. Who'd have thunk it? Robin Miller. Yeah, NIBOR backwards is a collective term for Norwegian money market rate. I've heard of NIBOR actually, come to think of it. Blimey. I haven't got many shares in Norwegian companies, I have to say, but never mind. Right then, everybody, are we ready, or do we need a bit more time? You got an answer for most things then? Does anybody need any more time? Just let me know quickly. Put it down in the chat column. Still 22 degrees in my house. NIBOR, Norwegian interbank offering rate. Thought I'd heard of it somewhere. In which case, everybody seems happy, so let's do some. Wait a minute, my name backwards is a town in Iran. Oh dear. Is it? Enaj. I've been to Iran. Right then, everybody, here we go. The highest public viewing point in London before the Shard, or the 72nd floor of the Shard, was the London Eye, of course. So if you think you're paying money, do you go in the London Eye or the Shard? It's the London Eye I was after. Number 2, haematology is study of the blood. Number 3, of course, was Driving Miss Daisy. Well done if you got that, Driving Miss Daisy. Number 4 is Shinobu Ishihara. Number 5 is DNA, of course. Number 6 was Alan Turing, that computer scientist. Number 7 is an IQ, of course, the IQ to assess human intelligence. Number 8, an otoscope is a medical device to diagnose diseases in one of the 5 senses, that's hearing. Number 9, I was after acid rain. And finally, number 10, the one word that connects all the previous answers was test. Eye test, blood test, driving test, Ishihara test, DNA test, Turing test, IQ test, hearing test, and acid test. So well done if you got that little one. So the word test would have scored you an extra point. So well done, everybody. Chris speaks straight in there. Please wish Stuart a happy birthday for tomorrow. I knew there'd be somebody. So should we have a big happy birthday to Stuart, who, wait a minute, you haven't told me how old he is tomorrow, Dean. Well, let's wait a minute, Stuart. Now, wait a minute, let me figure out what age you'd be. It doesn't really matter. Stuart, so let's, so should we say, I haven't got it on my phone now, have I? Happy birthday to Stuart. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Stuart. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Stuart. Have a good day tomorrow, even if we are all locked down, but never mind. Right, let's go through some scores. Chris Speaks on a fantastic 42 points. We have Georgie Lambert and the Yorkies on 37 points. Sarah and the gang are doing very well. Our Worcester friends are on 44. They're on sterling form tonight. We've got PRS on 46.5. Michelle, Charlie and James are on 47 points. Mick Roberts is doing very well. Nick and Bev on 46. Mike Yates on 36 points. Well played, Mike. We've got the Rugby Roach Club on 47 points. Don Quizzote on 46. We've got 40 Fox 86 on 38 points. Tom Janet from Stockshire on 45 points. We've got Carol Greens going way hey. She's on 44 points. The Giffords are moved on to 41. The Ridgeways have moved on to 42 points. The Famous Five have moved on to 44 points. Nick Bowers is on 40. Home Alone 6 are doing very well on 44. Pinky and Perky on 39.5. Martin Davis, thanks to my 1980 Ishihara test. Well done, Martin, on 39. Penny Graham's on 36. Jane and Andrew Lewis on 36. We've got Debbie Cunningham on 48 points. Well played, Debbie. Dean Johnson and Don Quizzote, they sound 55. That can't be right. No, it can't be right, but never mind. I'm sure he'll redo this. Oh, he's 55 today. That's what you meant. Famous All is 36. Lagging, she's saying. Never mind. David Anderson on 43. Keith Mitchell's on 40. We've got the Quiz Your Rascals on 48. That's a great score. Pick a Mixer on 44. We've got Ian and his bottle of Shiraz on 49 points. Well played, Ian. Jill Pew's on 41. We've got Jen and Tracy on 42. Split the Difference on 49 points. Lisa Lasky, Team UK. They're doing very well on 44. Dean was leaking my age. That was your age, wasn't it? 55. Well played, Stuart. Happy birthday, anyway, all the same. So we've got some great scores out here. Split the Difference. They're on 49 points. Team to beat as well with Ian. Ian and his bottle of Shiraz. That Shiraz is doing well tonight, Ian. 49 points. Got Paula Lewis and the Quiz Your Rascals on 48. We got Debbie Cunningham on 48. Well played, Debbie. That's a great score. We've got who else have we got? Well, let's say we've got Clive and Janet from Stockton on 45. We've got Carol on 44. We've got Don Quizzote on 46. The Rugby Roach Club on 47. Mick Roberts is on 46. We've got Michelle on 47. And we've got PRS on 46.5. So I think anybody from 45 upwards has got a very good chance tonight of coming home with the, what do they call it? Coming home with the bacon? Oh, I can't remember what they call it. Never mind. Right, round number 6 tonight is just a general trivia round, which is just some stupid. Graham Gifford, 55. I've got underwear older than that. I'm not sure we all want to see that, Graham, but never mind. Right, round number 6 is general trivia. Sorry, too much tittering over that one. Right then, question number 1, eyes down, looking. You knew we couldn't have a question tonight. Wait a minute, Ian, you're preempting the question now. Ian's put, do you know there are 13 rings around Uranus? Well, apparently, according to, was it Voyager? Which one went? Voyager 2, I think, went to Uranus. Send it to me. Sounds like a nice present. Right, here we go then. Listen carefully. Ian's trying to preempt my question number 1 last Thursday. Saw a rare opportunity to get your binoculars out and take a close look at Uranus as it passed within 1.75 degrees of which other bright celestial object. They were claiming it was a conjunction, but a conjunction is where one goes in front of the other, and it was a close encounter. I would call it a close encounter. Neil Hubbard said, 47 for Squeaky Bob, Tracy having laptop issues. That's fair enough, Neil. Don't worry about it. Dear God. So question number 1 again. Last Thursday, saw a rare opportunity to get your binoculars out and take a close look at Uranus as it passed within 1.75 degrees of which other bright celestial object. It's still very close in the sky, even now. You know, we couldn't get away without looking closely at Uranus. And to be fair, it is the first time I've ever actually looked directly at Uranus, and I won't go any further. But I did actually see it. I took the pub out to see Mercury a few years ago one night. They didn't believe me, but it was Mercury, shining bright in the evening sky. But unfortunately, Uranus, you need binoculars, definitely. Right, question number 2. In which American state is Atlantic City, which was the basis for the original version of the board game Monopoly? So question 2, in which American state is Atlantic City, which was the basis for the original version of the board game Monopoly? It's a good question for you. Well, it's been great to see so many of you tonight joining in the quiz. It's been varying from about 78 to 82 people currently online, which is great. So more the merrier. Do invite your friends to come and join us. It's been quite interesting. We've had so many people over the last what is it, nearly a year now? No, it's not a year, 10 months. It's been fantastic, really, for your support, and I hope I've kept you all entertained, if nothing else. Right, question number 3. Listen carefully. In which country would you find Cape Froward, which is the southernmost point of mainland South America? So question 3, in which country would you find Cape Froward, which is the southernmost point of mainland South America? The wife's saying, is it a geography round? Well, it just happens to have 2 geography questions. There's probably a few more. You're lucky. Question number 4. This is an interesting one. All you gamblers, you'll know this one. In a standard pack of playing cards, how many of the 52 cards have a value of 10 in a game of blackjack? So in a standard pack of playing cards, how many of the 52 cards have a value of 10 in the game of blackjack? Diane saying, thanks, Nick. Can't wait to do it for real, down the way. You're quite right. I think there is nothing better than a pub quiz, because I can stagger around between rounds giving you clues and things. Teams that aren't doing very well. Question number 5. The phrase forbidden fruit originated in the Bible when Adam and Eve ate fruit, despite God having commanded them not to. Which of Adam and Eve was the first to eat the fruit? I don't know how many of you know the Bible. So the phrase forbidden fruit originated in the Bible when Adam and Eve ate fruit despite God having commanded them not to. Which of Adam and Eve was the first to eat the fruit? Was it Adam or was it Eve? Question number 6, pretty daft question. In the Scooby-Doo cartoons, how many of Scooby-Doo's 4 teenage friends wear glasses? So in the Scooby-Doo cartoons, how many of Scooby-Doo's 4 teenage friends wear glasses? Scooby-Doo indeed. I used to like Scooby-Doo. Who likes Scooby-Doo? I don't suppose Robin will want me to sing it, actually. I could Scooby-Dooby. No, I won't. Just test a little bit more beer while you're thinking about that one. This is more my kind of question. That's what I like to see. Question number 7. Gallium aparine is a meadow plant whose seeds attach themselves to clothing. If you've ever walked through any undergrowth, you'll get this all over yourself sometimes. Which of the following is not one of its common names? I'll give you the choice. Is it Sticky Jack, Sticky Mark, or Sticky Dick? Sorry. So Gallium aparine is a meadow plant whose seeds attach themselves to clothing, etc. Which of the following is not one of its common names? I'll give you the choice. Is it Sticky Jack, Sticky Mark, or Sticky Dick? You knew there'd have to be some rude question in there somewhere, but never mind. We'll see whether... oh, no. It appears YouTube haven't deleted that. So Lydia's managed to put that on without any trouble. I have on mine. I'll give you the choice. What? You haven't got a Sticky Jack? Well, apparently the options haven't come up on my wife's computer. They've come up on mine, which is strange. Never mind. Might be on children's settings. Your computer might be on children's settings. So, so basically, I'll give you the choice again with 3 possible answers. Which one was incorrect? Was it Sticky Jack, Sticky Mark, or Sticky Dick? Oh dear, it hadn't been for those meddling kids, you're right. I remember that line. That was good. Question number 8. This one's definitely for our friends from over the pond. Based in California, which company was named by 2 of its founders after a scientist who is best known for his contributions to the design of the modern AC electricity supply system? Chris said it's not come up on my chat. You've obviously got it in children's setting, Chris. Never mind. It might be. It could be iPads, yeah. It could be Apple. Somebody's filtering it out somewhere. So question 8 again. Based in California, which company was named by 2 of its founders after a scientist who is best known for his contributions to the design of the modern AC electricity supply system? Much to the annoyance of Mr. Edison, I may add. Don't worry. I think people can have a guess without writing it down. Question 9. This was an interesting one. What is the only one of the Great Lakes of North America that does not share a border with Canada? So that implies 4 of the lakes share a border with Canada. One of them doesn't. So what is the only one of the Great Lakes of North America that does not share a border with Canada? I think our Team USA will be doing all right on this round. There's 2 for them there. Need the rest of question 7. Well, I gave you the choice. Which one was not the real name of the plant? Was it Sticky Jack, Sticky Mark, or Sticky Dick? I think Lydia's put it in now. I don't know whether it's come up yet. We'll see. Unfortunately, YouTube has a way of getting rid of anything that's slightly salacious, which is, oh well, never mind. And my settings are definitely for an adult audience. I don't set it for children's audience, but never mind. And finally, here we go. Question number 10. Which of the following cocktails does not contain rum? Again, I'll give you the choice. Is it a pina colada, a margarita, or a mojito? So question 10 again. Which of the following cocktails does not contain rum? I'll give you the choice. Is it a pina colada, a margarita, or a mojito? Right, there we have it. We've had 6 rounds of fun. It is 21:50. We've had snow today. Manchester United have won at home against the champions Liverpool. Remarkable defeat for the champions, but never mind. So all is good. We've got 83 people taking part. I've had 30 likes, which nearly beats. I need 1 more like. So if anybody else feels just liking the quiz tonight, do give me the thumbs up just by pressing the button. And if not, do come and join my quiz channel, Pewee1957 on YouTube. It's nice and easy to subscribe, and you will get forewarnings of all my quizzes and whatever else that comes up. Thank you for those people that hit the buttons. So there we go. Right then, everybody, let's do some marking and see how we've all fared after tonight's quiz. It's been quite a tight competition. Liverpool lost, Everton won. Well done, Diane. Oh dear, that's fantastic. Yes, good day for all those interested in football today. Right then, unless of course you're a Liverpool fan, but let's not go there. Here we go then. Question number 1. Last Thursday saw a rare opportunity to get binoculars out and take a close look at Uranus as it passed within 1.75 degrees of which other bright celestial object? Well, it got within 1.75 degrees of the other planet it was supposed to be conjunction with. That was Mars. I was after Mars, which is still very bright in the evening sky at the moment. It was also close to the moon, but sorry, it was Mars that approached within 1.75 degrees. Number 2, the American state that I was after, which is Atlantic City, is New Jersey. That was a bit tricky. Number 3, the southernmost point of mainland South America is in Chile. Number 4, a standard pack even of playing cards. How many of the 52 cards have a value of 10 in the game of blackjack? 4 each, basically, of 10, Jack, Queen, and King. So, all right, the standard pack of how many of the 52 have a value of 10? That's 16, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. 16, basically, 4 each. 4 10s, 4 jacks, 4 queens, and 4 kings. Number 5, the phrase forbidden fruit originated in the Bible, and Adam and Eve ate the fruit despite it. Of course, it was Eve that ate the apple first. Number 6, in the Scooby-Doo cartoons, how many of Scooby-Doo's 4 teenage friends wear glasses? Well, there's only one. It was Velma who wore glasses. Number 7, Gallium Aparine meadow plant. Which of the following is not the common name? It was Sticky Mark. Sticky Jack and Sticky Dick are both actually well-known common names of Gallium Aparine. Number 8, based in California, it was Tesla, the company I was after. Of course, it was named after Nikola Tesla. Number 9, the only of the great lakes of North America that doesn't share a border with Canada is Michigan, Lake Michigan, because that goes down much further south. And finally, number 10, it was a margarita, apparently, that doesn't contain rum, a margarita. So well done if you got that. Right then, everybody, we've had a very close competition tonight. I'm going to write the scores down as we go because it's a right pain in the arse trying to find them the following week, but never mind. So let's have some scores in, so they've all fared. Thank you, everybody, for taking part in tonight's quiz. It's always great fun. I don't know whether you find it great fun, but never mind. In which case, it's something to do. So we end up with Martin Davis on 47 points. Well played, Martin Davis and Tina on 47 points. We've got Sarah, Joe, James and Russ on 54 points. That's a good going. Jen and Tracy on 49. We've got the Ridgeways on 51. Georgie and Linda and Russ are on 45 points. Sorry, Rory even, not Russ. That's just gone off my screen. We've got Andrew and Jane Lewis on 42 points. We've got Pink and Perky on 46.5. PRS end up on 56.5 points. That's a very good score. We've got Squeaky Pob on 55 points. So that's another good score.
We've got Pick and Mix on 53. That's another good score. Home Alone 6 on 54. Another great score. The Quizzy Rascals on 58 points. That might be a winning score. That's the Quizzy Rascals are thereabouts. Famous 5 end up on 50. Well played them. Footy Fox 44. Sorry, on 86 on 44 points. Graham Givertang a pitiful 48. Never mind, Graham. Graham and Jones always another week. Sarah's, oh, they're redoing their score again. Sarah and our friends from Worcester can't add up. They have now demoted themselves another 2 points. Do you know if you hadn't demoted yourself 2 points in the previous round, 2 points in this round, you'd have been on 6 points more. No, 4 points more. Mike Yates ends up on 43 points. Well played, Mike. Where have we got to? Mike Yates, Chris Peake, 49 points. Well played them. Clayton Janet from Stockton on 54 points. That's a good score. Clayton Janet, a minute. I better write that one then. Then we've got Mick Roberts on 51 points. Well played, Mick and Bev. Penny Graham ends up on 41. Debbie saying 56. It's Debbie McCarthy. Cunningham is my maiden name. All right. Well, you need to just put, well done, Debbie. Anyway, that's a fantastic score, 56 points. That goes down on the leaderboard. Nick Bowers ends up on 50. We've got Don Quizzotti. Well done, Don Quizzotti, 55 points. And it's Stu's 55th birthday. Well played, them. Well, that's tomorrow. Keith Mitchell ends up on 49. Jill and Steve end up on 49 points. Well played, them. Faye saying 41 for us. Tough quiz tonight. Fun, though. Well, that's fair enough. Carol Green's up on 52. My best score. Some help from my husband. That's what I like to see. That's what husbands are there for, surely. Split the difference. End up on 58 points. A great score there. Dave Anderson, Dave and Jane on 51 points. Jed saying both. Thanks, both. Tough quiz. Very good tonight. It's never any good if it's too easy, is it? But there we go. So thanks, everybody, for taking part tonight. It appears that we have a tie for first place. We have got split the difference on 58 points, I think. It seems to have disappeared now. It was there a second ago. No, split the difference on 58. We've got Ian and his bottle of Shiraz on 57 points. We've got the Quizzy Rascals on 58 points. We've also PRS on 56.5. And there's many of you on very close indeed. So thanks, everybody, anyway, for taking part tonight. Do come and join us on Wednesday if you're doing nothing better, especially if you're locked down and what we do on a Wednesday night. Where we could play indoor badminton or indoor ping pong, or we could just watch the telly, or we could take part in the next quiz and see how we fare against the rest of them. So it's good night from me. Good night from Lydia. And we will see you all either on Wednesday or next Sunday. So thanks, everybody. And if everybody wants to send me any interesting facts that I might like to put in the quiz, I did have one passed to me this week, which I don't think I put in actually, but it will go in another week. So do feel free to share an interesting fact that other people might not know, because I'm really beginning to search now for questions. So good night, everybody, and we will see you another week. So I'm signing off now. Good night.